Learners, welcome to Sri Sarabis Academy. How are you feeling today? Hope feeling good and doing well. Come on, let us discuss Grade 12 Mathematics CBSE Chapter 7 Integrals. All exercise will discuss. Let us discuss first exercise. First exercise, first question. Let us discuss now. Come on, let's go to the exercise. First question says, find an antiderivative or integral of the following functions by the method of inspection. Sin 2x. Method of inspection. First, we know how to find differentiation of cos 2x. Isn't it? Cos 2x, when you differentiate cos 2x, we'll get minus 2 sin 2x. Already we know. So cos 2x, when you differentiate, we'll get minus 2 sin 2x. When you this minus you transpose left hand side, what will happen? Minus 1 by 2 d by dx cos 2x. Isn't it? That is the second step says. Okay. So second step says sin 2x, which is equal to minus 1 by 2 d by dx of cos 2x. So this is dy by dx is in place of integral is there. Just you can think of it. This is inspection. So when sin 2x integrated, we get answer minus 1 by 2 cos 2x. When you integrate, you get. So this method is called antiderivative method of inspection. Finding antiderivative method of inspection. Therefore, antiderivative of sin 2x is minus 1 by 2 cos 2x. Hope you understand well. Okay. Come on, let us discuss second question from the same exercise. Come on, let's discuss now. Question number 2. Find an antiderivative or integral of the following functions by method of inspection. Question is cos 3x. So for cos 3x, we need to find out. For cos 3x means first you can differentiate sin 3x. When you differentiate only, you will get cos 3x. So sin 3x, when you differentiate, you will get cos 3x. Then by using chain rule, 3x differentiate 3 you will get. So when you differentiate sin 3x, we get 3 cos 3x. We want only cos 3x value. So transposing 3 other side of equal symbol, then what we get? Cos 3x equal to 1 by 3 d by dx of sin 3x. That means cos 3x is equal to d by dx of 1 by 3 sin 3x. So this is the antiderivative, or we can say integral. Therefore, the antiderivative of cos 3x is 1 by 3 sin 3x. Hope you understand. Okay, come on, let's see the next question. The next question says, same, we need to find antiderivative or integral of the function by using method of inspection e power 2x. When you differentiate e power 2x, what we get? 2 times e power 2x. Sorry, when you differentiate e power 2x, we get 2 times e power 2x. But e power 2x only we want. Then what will happen? Transposing to other side will be 1 by 2. So e power 2x equal to 1 by 2 times d by dx of e power 2x. d by dx of e power 2x. So here e power 2x is equal to antiderivative of 1 by 2 e power 2x. Hence we can conclude e power 2x antiderivative is 1 by 2 e power 2x. Okay. Come on, let's see the next question. Question number 4 from same exercise 7.1. Here the question is ax plus b whole power 2. So here power is 2 is there. When you are going to find antiderivative, that means we are antiderivative means we have to differentiate. So when power is 3, only we will get power 2. So when you differentiate, it will become power 2. Look at. Suppose if I consider ax plus b the whole cube. When you differentiate, what will happen? 3 times ax plus b the whole square. Then with respect to x, if you differentiate, you will get a. Chain rule. I am using chain rule. So what will happen? 3a times ax plus b the whole square. We want ax plus b the whole square only. So 3a we have to transpose other side of the equal symbol. We get answer like this: ax plus b the whole square, which is equal to 1 by 3a d by dx of ax plus b the whole square. Whole cube, not square, whole cube. So ax plus b the whole square, which is equal to d by dx of 1 by 3a ax plus b and the x plus b whole cube here. So this is the antiderivative of ax plus b the whole square. Therefore, the antiderivative of ax plus b the whole square is 1 by 3a ax plus b the whole cube. Here you may get confusions. What is it here? Power 2 is there means you have to take 3. You have to differentiate. Then you will get the required value. Suppose power is 5. Then you have to take ax plus b the whole power 6. You have to take. Likewise, you have to increase one power and differentiate. You will get the antiderivative value of given function. Okay, hope you understand how to solve such kind of problems. Come on, let's see next question. Question number 5 from same exercise. Come on, let's see now. Question number 5. Find an antiderivative of the following functions by the method of inspection. Sin 2x minus 4 e power 3x. So here two terms, sin 2x is one term and 4 minus 4 e power 3x is another term. So two terms are there. So each term you can find out what is that antiderivative, then we can add it. First let us see sin 2x. How did you get? So cos 2x, when you differentiate, we get minus sin 2x. With the chain rule, if you differentiate 2x, you will get 2. So we want only sin 2x. So minus 2, if you transpose the other side of the equal symbol, what we get? We get sin 2x equal to minus 1 by 2 dy by dx cos 2x. So antiderivative of my sin 2x is minus 1 by 2 cos 2x. So let us consider this is as 1, equation number 1, because half part we are doing. So the rest of the part we have to do. Minus 4 e power 3x we need to solve it. Now let us do that. So minus 4 e power 3x, if you differentiate, what we get? E power 3x, if you differentiate e power 3x only will be there. This is the constant, this is multiplication, isn't it? Factor of e power 3. So minus 4 e power 3x. With e power 3x, chain rule, if you use e power 3x, if you differentiate, you will get 3. So transpose 3 other side of equal symbol. So what we get? Here we get, see, 1 by 3 dy by dx times minus 4 e power 3x. So which is equal to minus 4 e power 3x is equal to minus 4 by 3 times e power 3x. So by clubbing both sin 2x antiderivative and minus 4 e power 3x antiderivative, both if you club, what answer we get? We get it here minus 1 by 2 cos 2x minus 4 by 3 e power 3x, which is equal to sin 2x minus 4 e power 3x. That means the required antiderivative of sin 2x minus 4 e power 3x is minus 1 by 2 cos 2x minus 4 by 3 e power 3x. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of sums. Come on, let's go to the integral sums. How to solve it? Integral kind of questions. So integral 4 e power 3x plus 1 dx. So here what we need to do? We have to split. Here two terms are there. 4 e power 3x one term and one is another term. So give the integral. So distribute integral to both. So what will happen according to addition rule? 4 times integral e power 3x dx plus 1 integral 1 dx. So constant, when you integrate, you will get answer x. E power 3x, when you integrate, you will get e power 3x only. With the chain rule, when you differentiate, chain rule, e power 3x, when you differentiate, you will get 3. When you integrate 3x, you will get just 1 by 3. So the next step is we get like this. Integrate e power 3x, e power 3x. So integrate just 3x, that chain rule, no? 3x means denominator 3. Constant, when you integrate, you will get x. Then plus c. According to, we have tried arbitrary constant c, we have tried. So we can get the solution like this: 4 by 3 e power 3x plus x plus c. This is the required solution of given question, integral 4 e power 3x plus 1 dx. Hope you understand. Come on, let's give bingo. Okay, come on, let's see the next question. Come on, let's go and see next question. Number 7. Integral x square times 1 minus 1 by x square dx. This is the question. Okay, so first x square, if you distribute inside, what will happen? X square minus x square by x square, isn't it? So So let's see the solution. So when you distribute, what will happen? X square minus x square by x square. X square by x square is 1. So we can rewrite the given question x square minus 1 dx. Now distribute integral symbol to both. That is, according to subtraction rule, we can separate the terms. So integral x square dx minus integral 1 dx. So integral x square dx is nothing but, when you differentiate integrate, what will happen? X cube by 3. Constant, when you integrate, will get minus x, because here minus 1 is there, that's why minus x. If it is plus 1, it's plus x. Then plus c. Always you have to write plus c, because arbitrary constant. You may have doubt how x cube by 3 came. There is a formula, right? When you integrate x square dx, we have to integrate x square dx with respect to x. We have to add the power at the same exponent. The index we have to write in the denominator. So x square it is. So x square plus 1 by 2 plus 1. We get x cube by 3. That only here it is written x cube by 3. When you integrate any constant, we'll get just x plus c. Or we can write x plus c, you can write, or here also plus c you can write. Just for understanding, I wrote, when you integrate 1 dx, you will get x. Here minus 1 is there. That's why minus symbol is there. Negative. This term is separated by negative symbol. So negative x. We get the answer x cube by 3 minus x plus c. This is the required answer for question number 7. Hope you understand very well. Come on, let's see the next question. Question number 8. Question number 8 says integral ax square plus bx plus c dx. So first, let us distribute integral symbol to each term. So we have to separate it each term with the integral. So what happens? The constant a also is constant, b also constant, c also. So we are taken out. So a integral x square dx plus b integral x dx plus c integral 1 dx. Already we know x square dx. Integral x square dx is what? X cube by 3. Integral 1 dx, already we know answer x. What is integral x dx? X dx is, what is integral x dx? X dx means it will be x square by 2. That is the meaning. Okay. So suppose x cube is there. In place of x square, x cube is there, means it will be x cube plus 1 by 3 plus 1. That will be x power 4 by 4. So according to here, x, just x is there. Only x is there means power is, we have to consider as 1. Power is 1. So x power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. So x square by 2. That's why we get here answer x square by 2. So the required answer for question number 8 is ax cube by 3 plus bx square by 2 plus cx plus c. So this is arbitrary constant. Whenever you integrate, at last you have to write plus c, because when you differentiate constant, you will get 0. So what that constant we do not know, right? So we are integrating is opposite way of solving, isn't it? That's why we write arbitrary constant c always. Okay, let's see the next question. Question number 9. Question number 9 from same exercise 7.1 says integral 2x square plus e power x dx. Here you see the solution. As usual, we have to distribute the integral to each term. Each term we have to make it as a function. So 2 integral x square dx plus integral e power x dx. By separating the function x square, what will get? X square if you differentiate, what integrate x square, if you integrate, you will get x cube by 3. E power x integrate, you will get e power x. So we get next step answer like this: 2 times x cube by 3 plus e power x plus c. Always you have to write plus c. So the required answer is 2 by 3 x cube plus e power x plus c. Hope you understand very well how to solve such kind of problems. Okay, come on, let us discuss next question. Question number 10. Question number 10. Integral of square root of x minus 1 by square root of x the whole square dx. So this is the question. So here a minus b the whole square, that identities we can use. What will happen? Root x the whole square minus 1 by root x, a square plus b square minus 2ab, right? That is a minus b the whole square. So root x the whole square plus 1 by root x the whole square minus 2 into root x into 1 by root x. That we need to apply here. So when you apply that, what will happen? We get, so root x square is x plus 1 by root x square is 1 by x minus 2 into root x into 1 by root x. So root x get cancelled, just minus 2 remain. Okay. So now integrate each term. We have to make as an integration function. So integrate x dx plus integrate integration 1 by x dx minus 2 into integration 1 dx. Okay, because 2 is the constant, so taken out. So x dx, when you differentiate, you will get x square by 2 plus c. Then 1 by x. 1 by x means what do we get? When you differentiate 1 by x, when you integrate 1 by x, you will get log mod x. You will get. When you differentiate constant 1, you will get minus constant x is constant 1 is x. So here minus 2, so minus 2 into x minus 2x. So this is the required answer. Actually, what we get 1 by x dx, when you integrate, will get log mod x. Okay, another thing, already you know that when you integrate 1 dx is x. That's all. These are the steps involved here directly to get the last or required answer for given question number 10. Okay, hope you understand very well how to solve such kind of problem. Come on, let's see the next question, question number 11. Question number 11 says that integral x cube plus 5x square minus 4 by x square dx. So denominator x square is there. So we can easily we can write three terms: x cube by x square, 5x square by x square, minus 4 by x square. Likewise we can write. So if you write like that, x cube by x square is just x will get. 5x square by x square get just 5 will get. Minus 4 by x square, denominator x square is there. So we can rewrite as a numerator x power minus 2. So minus 4 by x square is equal to minus 4 by x power minus 2. This is the meaning. So given question we have rewritten like this: integral of x plus 5 minus 4 x power minus 2. Okay, hope you understand. Now integrate function each term we can distribute the function. We get what is integral x dx plus 5 times integral plus 5 integral 1 dx minus 4 integral x power minus 2 dx. Okay, so already we know that x dx, what we get, if you integrate x dx, we'll get x square by 2. Integrating 1, you see, when you integrate 1 we get just x, so 5x. Integration of x power minus 2, minus 2 is nothing but the same thing. X power minus 2 is just x power minus 1 by minus 1, isn't it? It is there, x power minus 1 by minus 1. X dx is x square by 2, we'll get like this. The same way, when you integrate x power minus 2 dx is x power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1. Exponent we have to add 1, the same exponent, same index, whatever we have with the x, that you have to write in the denominator. So minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So denominator also minus 1. That only we have written here x power minus 1 by minus 1. So negative 1 and negative 4, when you multiply plus 4, so plus 4 by x plus c. Hence the required answer for this question is x square by 2 plus 5x plus 4 by x plus c. This is the required solution of question number 11. Hope you understand how to proceed such kind of problems. Come on, let us discuss question number 4. Question number 12. Question number 12. Integral x cube plus 3x plus 4 whole divided by root x dx. Square root of x dx. Denominator is square root of x dx. Isn't it? So in this case, let us make it each term separate. Square root of x, what we can say, 1 by 2. Power is 1 by 2. That is the square root of x. Square root of x is equal to x power 1 by 2. So here x power 3 is there. Denominator is x power 1 by 2. Isn't it? So x power 3. So when you take, it will be 1 by 2 will become. So x power 3 minus 1 by 2. X power 3, x power 3 minus 1 by 2. 3 minus 1 by 2, what will happen? X power 5 by 2. Same way here, x power 1 is there. Then this denominator x power 1 by 2. So x power 1 minus 1 by 2. That will become x power 1 by 2. So 3 x power 1 by 2. Then just 4. 4 x power minus 1 by 2. Do you understand this step? Hope you understand. What we are taking, root x is equal to x power 1 by 2. It is in denominator. So x power minus 1 by 2 you have to take when you are consider taking as a numerator. So look at the last step, x power minus 1 by 2. That's why x power minus 1 by 2 is there. So here x cube minus 1 by 2. When you 3 minus 1 by 2 is become 5 by 2. Isn't it? 3 minus 1 by 2 will become, what will happen? 3 into 2, 6. 6 minus 1, 5. So 5 by 2. When you simplify, you will get 5 by 2. The same way, x power is 1. 1 minus 1 by 2, what will happen? 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 by 2. 6 power 1 by 2. So this is the way we converted the given question as x power 5 by 2 plus 3x power 1 by 2 plus 4x power minus 1 by 2 dx. Okay, then we have to integrate each term we have to integrate. Okay, by integrating what will happen, x power 5 by 2 will become x power 7 by 2, denominator 7 by 2. 3x power 1 by 2 will become 3 into x power 3 by 2, denominator 3 by 2. Then 4x power minus 1 by 2 will become 4x power 1 by 2, denominator 1 by 2 plus c. How it happens? Isn't it? If you have doubt, we see. Let us see. See, x power 5 by 2. What will, according to the formula, x power n is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. In place of n is 5 by 2, sir. So x power 5 by 2 plus 1 by 5 by 2 plus 1. So 5 by 2 plus 1. When you make it as improper fraction, it will become 7 by 2. Because 2 into 1 is 2. 5 plus 2, 7. So 7 by 2. So x power 7 by 2 by 7 by 2. That is the first one. The same way, second one also, we can do it. If you do x power minus 1 by 2, sir. So in place of n, minus 1. So minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Denominator also minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Minus 1 by 2 plus 1 is plus 1 by 2. So x power plus 1 by 2 by denominator x plus. So that's why 4 times x power 1 by 2 by 1 by 2 we are getting here. Hope you understand. Please see. Next question. Next, when denominator is become 7 by 2 will become 2 by 7. That same way, 3 by 2 will become 2 by 3. So 3 get cancelled. So we can become here 2 x power 3 by 2. Here 1 by 2 will become 2 by 1. So 8 x power 1 by 2. So this is the required result for the given question. 2 by 7 x power 7 by 2 plus 2 x power 3 by 2 plus x root x. 8 root x plus c. Because x power 1 by 2 means root x. 8 root x plus c. Hope you understand how we are solving it. Once again, I'll say first here denominator is root x. So root x means square root of x means x power 1 by 2. So that x power 1 by 2 exponential formula. So 3 minus 1 by 2. When you simplify, 5 by 2 will get. Here is x power 1 is there. So 1 minus 1 by 2 will be then x power 1 by 2 will get. So here just 4 is there. So x power minus 1 by 2. Then as usual, integration procedure, when you simplify, we'll get the required result 2 by 7 x power 7 by 2 plus 2 x power 3 by 2 plus 8 square root of x plus c. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of problems. Come on, let's see next question. Question number 13. Here what is there? Integral x cube minus x square plus x minus 1 whole divided by x minus 1 dx. So same question, let us simplify so that the same factor can be eliminated. Then we can solve. Look at the same question can be rewritten as x square, first two term x square, if I take commonly, what will happen? X minus 1, isn't it? Then last two term is x minus 1. So here now x minus 1 is, if you take commonly, common factor, what will happen? You'll get x square for first term, next term is plus 1, isn't it? X square into x minus 1, you will get this term. Then 1 into x minus 1, you will get the next term. Isn't it? Likewise. Now here x minus 1, x minus is the common factor. We can eliminate numerator and denominator eliminate. We will get the just x square plus 1 dx. Isn't it? So integral x square plus 1 dx. Then as usual way we can proceed. What will happen? Integral x square dx plus 1 dx. X square dx is nothing but x cube by 3. Integral 1 dx, constant dx is nothing but x plus c. That's all. This is the required result. So x square, when you integrate, you will get x cube by 3. When you integrate any constant 1 dx, you will get x. Then the required result is x cube by 3 plus x plus c. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of problem. Here we need to take the common factor x square for first two term. If you take common factor x square, then we'll get x minus 1. Then x minus 1 will become a common factor for both the terms. Then what will happen? X square plus 1. So numerator x minus 1, denominator x minus 1 get cancelled. We get x square plus 1 dx. When you simplify as usual integral procedure, integral x square dx plus integral 1 dx, we get answer x cube by 3 plus x plus c. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of problem. Come on, let's see question number 14. Question number 14. Integral 1 minus x of root square root x dx. This is the question. So first let us distribute square root x with the 1 and minus x. Then what will happen? Square root x means we know that power 1 by 2. So 1 into root x is root x minus x into root x, that is x power 1 root x power 1 by 2. Root x is equal to x power 1 by 2, isn't it? So 1 plus 1 by 2 is x power 3 by 2. So when root x is multiplied with 1, we will get the root x. X into root x equal to x power 3 by 2. Okay. Now, as usual way, you can uh, integrate each term. By integrating each term, what do we get? You see, root x can be written x power 1 by 2. So 3 by 2 as it is 3 by 2. So x power 1 by 2 means what will get? When you integrate x power 1 by 2, you will get x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Then negative symbol minus x power 5 by 2 by 5 by 2 plus c, because 3 by 2 plus 1 is 5 by 2 by 5 by 2. Okay, likewise. Then when you make it 3 by 2 will become 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2. Then 5 by 2 will become 2 by 5, because when the denominator we have a rational form, it must be written in a reciprocal form and multiplied. So 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2 minus 2 by 5 x power 5 by 2 plus c. So this is the required solution for given question. So x power 1 by 2 means x power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1. So x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. That only we got here. Isn't it? When you integrate x power 1 by 2. The same way x power 3 by 2, when you integrate, what you will get? X power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by 2 plus 1. So x power 5 by 2 by 5 by 2. That only we get here, x power 5 by 2 by 5 by 2. So denominator 5 by 2 must be written as 2 by 5. Denominator 3 by 2 must be written as 2 by 3. So the required result for this question is 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2 minus 2 by 5 x power 5 by 2 plus c. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of problems. Come on, let's see next question. Question number 15 from the same exercise. The question says integral of square root of x times 3x square plus 2x plus 3 dx. So same way what we did last sum, the same way root x we have to multiply with each term. So when you multiply with each term, what we get? 3x power 5 by 2 plus 2x power 3 by 2 plus 3x power 1 by 2 dx, because x root x means x power 1 by 2. So 2 plus 1 by 2 is 5 by 2. Then x power 1 is there. 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. Here nothing. So x power 1 by 2. Now each term you have to integrate. When you by integrating each term, what do you get? Integrate 3 integral of x power 5 by 2 dx plus 2 integral of x 3 by 2 dx plus 3 integral of x power 1 by 2 dx. So each term we have to integrate by using same method. Say x power 1 by 2 how you did, and x power 3 by 2 how you did. The same way we have to do each. X power 3 by 2 as usual we will get x power 5 by 2 by 5 by 2. 1 by 2 is that. That also x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. But x power 5 by 2 means we will get x power 7 by 2 by denominator 7 by 2. So we get like this answer. Okay, 3 times x power 7 by 2 by 7 by 2 plus 2 times x power 5 by 2 by 5 by 2 plus 3 times x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 plus c. So denominator 7 by 2 will become 2 by 7, denominator 5 by 2 will become 2 by 5, denominator 3 by 2 will become into 2 by 3. It will become factor as it is. So it will 2 into 3 is 6, 6 by 7 x power 7 by 2. Here 2 into 2 4, 4 by 5 x power 5 by 2. Here this 3 and 2. So 3 into 2, this 3 and numerator 3 will be get cancelled, so just 2 will remain. So 2 x power 3 by 2 plus c. This is the required solution of given question. Hope you understand very well. First what we did, we have to multiply, we have to distribute root x with each term, then we have to write in terms of power as a fraction, then each term you have to integrate, then denominator if you get as a fraction, you make it as a factor of reciprocal of the denominator. Then we'll get the required result. Hope you understand well. Let's see the next question, question number 15. Okay, come on, let's see question number 16. 15 is over, now 16 we'll see from the same exercise. Question number 16. Integral 2x minus 3 cos x plus e power x dx. So here 3 terms are there. So 3 terms we have to integrate it separately. Then we can integrate each term. Easily we will get the required result. So by distributing integral, what will happen? Look at. So integrating first one. So 2 times integral of x dx. Next one is minus 3 times integral of cos x dx. Then plus integral e power x dx. So x dx, when you integrate, what answer we get? Actually, we get x square by 2. Right? When you integrate x, you will get x square by 2. When you integrate cos x, you will get just sin x. When you integrate e power x, you will get just e power x. Then here 2 to get cancelled. Numerator and denominator get cancelled. Just minus 3 sin x plus e power x plus c. Then the required result is x square minus 3 sin x plus e power x plus c. So how we are getting x become x square by 2? That we know already. So that when you integrate x dx, it will become x power x 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1, that is x square by 2. That only we have written here. When you integrate cos x dx, we get sin x plus c. The same time, when you integrate e power x, we will get e power x plus c. So this is the 3 steps is involved here and directly written. At last, cons and together we can write just c. Okay, hope you understand how to solve this problem. So this is the required answer, x square minus 3 sin x plus e power x plus c. Hope you understand very well. Come on, let's see the next question. Question number 17. Here the question says integral 2x square minus 3 sin x plus 5 root x dx. So same way how we did question number 16, same way we have to integrate each term. You have to integrate each term. So we can rewrite the given question like this: 2 times integral x square dx minus 3 times integral sin x dx plus 5 times integral x power 1 by 2 dx. So x square dx, when you integrate x square dx, what we get? We get x power 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1, that is x cube by 3. Then when you integrate sin x dx, what will get? When you integrate sin x dx, we will get minus cos x. When you integrate sin x dx, we will get minus cos x. X power 1 by 2, when you integrate, what will happen? X power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. So we get like this, isn't it? Then what happened here? 2 by 3 x cube, negative and negative. Negative 3 and negative cos x, isn't it? So become plus 3 cos x. Then 3 by 2. 3 by 2 will become 2 by 3. 3 by 2 will be, because denominator, when fraction is given, rational number is given, we have to reciprocate and multiply. So 5 into 2 by 3. So 5 into 2 is 10. So 10 by 3. 10 by 3 x power 3 by 2 plus c. How we get x power 1 by 2 become x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2? Like this only. X power, when you integrate x power 1 by 2 dx, we have to add x power 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1. 1 by 2 plus 1 is nothing but 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of problem. So for this question, the required result is 2 by 3 x cube plus 3 cos x plus 10 by 3 x power 3 by 2 plus c. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of problems. Come on, let's see question number 18 from same exercise 7. Question number 18. Integral secant x times secant x plus tan x dx. Here first we have to distribute secant x with each term. Then what will get? Secant square x plus secant x tan x. Isn't it? So when you distribute, you get like this: secant square x plus secant x. Then we can integrate each term. By integrating each term, what we get? We get integral secant square x dx plus integral secant x tan x. Okay, when you integrate secant square x dx, what we get? Tan x. Integrating secant square x dx, when you integrate, you will get tan x. Integrating secant x tan x, we will get secant x plus c. This is the required solution of given question number 18. So you can remember, integral of secant square x dx is tan x plus c. The same time, integral of secant x tan x dx is equal to secant x plus c. So same thing we have used. This is the required result solution of the given question number 18. Okay, come on, let's see the next question. Question number 19. Question number 19 says integral secant square x by cosecant square x dx. Secant square x by cosecant square x. So here secant square x we can rewrite as 1 by cos square x. Secant square x 1 by cos square x. Cosecant square x we can rewrite 1 by sin square x. So when denominator is a fraction, then we can rewrite as reciprocal, factor of reciprocal. So same question we can rewrite like this: sin square x by cos square x. Sorry, 1 by cos square x into sin square x by 1. So sin square x by cos square x dx. Sin square x by cos square x is equal to tan square x. Already we know the formula: tan square formula. What is that? Tan square x. Tan square x equal to secant square x minus 1. That trigonometry identities. Tan square x equal to secant square x minus 1. Now two terms we get. Each term we need to integrate. So if you separate each term, integral secant square x dx minus 1 dx. So secant square x dx already we know, that is tan x. Constant 1 dx is equal to x, just x. So minus is the, so minus x. So this is the required result of the given question. So here we need to remember tan square x is equal to secant square x minus 1. This is the identity, trigonometric identity we need to remember. At the same time, integral of secant square x dx is equal to tan x plus c. That also we need to remember. Then constant integral 1 dx equal to just x. Integral 1 dx equal to x. Suppose integral 2 dx equal to 2x will come. Integral 3 dx equal to 3x, something like that. Right? So we get the result for integral secant square x by cosecant square x dx is equal to tan x minus x plus c. Hope you understand how to solve such kind of problems. Come on, let us discuss next question, question number 20 now. Question number 20. Integral 2 minus 3 sin x by cos x dx. We need to integrate. So in this question, what we have? Here you see 2 minus 3 sin x. Numerator has 2 term, denominator has 1 term. So with the common denominator cos x square, let us separate 2 terms. 2 by cos x square minus 3 sin x by cos x square dx. So integrating both term separately. 1 by cos square x is secant square x. So sin by cos square x become secant x. So sin by cos x tan x. So let us rewrite a second term as 3 integral tan x secant x dx. Okay, now let us discuss integrate secant square x dx and integrating tan x secant x dx. That we need to integrate. Here secant square x, already we know secant square x, when you integrate we get tan x, and tan x secant x integrate you will get secant x. So the required result for this question is 2 tan x minus 3 secant x plus c. So here we need to remember integrating secant square x dx is equal to tan x plus c. At the same time, integrating secant x tan x dx is equal to secant x plus c. That you need to remember. So just replacing the values, we get the required result for this question. 2 tan x minus 3 secant x plus c. Hope you understand how to solve this problem. Come on, let's see next question. Question number 22 from same exercise. 21, sorry, 21 from the same exercise. The antiderivative of root x plus 1 by root x equals dash. Now, this is the question. So here we have to integrate first root x plus 1 by root x. Let us rewrite as integrating x power 1 by 2 dx plus integration of x power 1 by 2 dx. X power minus 1 by 2 dx, because it is denominator. Second term is denominator root 2. That's why x power minus 1 by 2. Then as usual we can integrate. When power integrating is there, then it will be added, isn't it? So x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 plus x power 1 by 2 by 1 by 2 plus c. And when we get denominator as a fraction, then we can make it as a factor taking reciprocal. So 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2 plus 2 power 2 times x power 1 by 2. So this is the plus c. This is the required result for antiderivative of root x plus 1 by root x. Hope you understand how to solve this problem. Because here common that general rule we use, integration of x power n dx is equal to n x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. That's same. Question number 22. If d by dx of f of x is equal to 4x cube minus 3 by x power 4 such that f of 2 is equal to 0, then f of x is dash. So when is f of 2 is equal to 0, then what is the value of f of x? This is the question. Here we have to first find the antiderivative of 4x cube minus 3 by x power 4. So here integrating integral of 4x cube minus 3 by x power 4 dx, when you have to, so separate the each term and integrate x cube dx and minus x power minus 4 dx, minus 3 integral of x power minus 4 dx. So when you integrate x cube dx, what will happen? You know that x power 4 by 4, isn't it? By integrating x cube dx is equal to x power 4 by 4. Then x power minus 4, when you integrate, what you will get? X power minus 3 by minus 3 you will get, isn't it? So when you apply that, you will get like this. So here 4 and 4, first term 4 get cancelled, second term minus 3 get cancelled. So antiderivative of given question is what we get, x power 4 plus x power minus 3 plus c. This is the antiderivative of given question, right? So because 4 get cancelled for first term, second term minus 3 get cancelled. That's why. So this is the, so x power minus 3 is nothing but 1 by x cube. So x power 4 plus 1 by x cube plus c. So this is the antiderivative of given question. This is f of x. But what they said, if f of 2 equal to 0. So that means wherever x is there, we need to replace the value of x as 2. Then what we get? We get the constant value. Right? So here we need to get the constant value. So we are replacing value x as 2 in the given equation. So 2 power 4 plus 1 by 2 cube plus c. 2 power 4, what is the value of 2 power 4? Then what is the value of 2 cube? That we need to write. So 2 power 4 is 16. 2 cube is 8. 16 plus 1 by 8 plus c is equal to 0. From this c value is what? C is equal to minus of 16 plus 1 by 8. So the value of c from this we will get as, when you simplify this, we will get minus 129 by 8. So this value c we have to replace in the f of x. So f of x we can get as a result is equal to, f of x is equal to x power 4 plus 1 by x cube minus 129 by 8. So this is the meaning. When x is equal to 2, then what is the f of x value? That means c value you have to replace there. From this we will get the required result of the given question. So here you need to understand the question clearly. Question says you have to find the antiderivative of given function. In that, if x value is 2, you have to consider as 0. Then what is the constant? When x is 2, then constant value you have to find out. That constant value we have to replace in the f of x. This is the required